Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. Let's play a little game. More, the same, or less? Jeremiah Smith. More, the same, or less? Same is pretty difficult. Let's just play more or less.
That'd be pretty good if you guess like he's going to have the exact stats.
76 catches. More or less?
Rookie quarterback. Mm-hmm. You're still loaded at receiver, even though you lost Omeka. You also have Max Klare now, who's going to catch more balls. And you think that, and G had a good year last year. You think Max Klare's probably going to catch a decent amount of passes.
But a young quarterback could force
you got to run the ball.
Jeremiah.
All that being said, I'm kind of making the argument that you should go under, right? I'm not betting against J.J. Smith. I'll say he'll go over. A lot of swing passes. Not a lot. I don't think he's going to, I'm not buying he's going to go up for 2,000 yards and win the Heisman. I just think that's a little ambitious. But I think he'll go over 76 receptions, though.
I'm saying over. In fact, it's funny you mentioned...
Because of the force feed?
No, because that makes it sound like you're throwing to him when he's not open.
Well, no, a young quarterback just might lock into the greatest target and just a lot of 50-50.
You know what?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
You can convince me a little bit. I was just thinking natural growth. It's funny, though, that Bids mentions Max Klare. I think he's someone who is probably going to be overrated because he was really good in that Purdue offense where between the three of us, can anyone name any of Purdue's receivers outside of Max Klare last year?
True, but he was getting double teamed a lot because everybody knew he was their main weapon and he was still effective. And Max Klare, in my opinion, will never, ever once face a double team this year. Unless a defense screws up. Yeah. Let's double team Klare and leave this number 4 wide open or number 17 or number 11 wide open.
There goes Inniss up the seam.
Exactly, man. They're just, it's pick your poison. That's the thing. It does give me, and you don't know for sure if you're going to have a long season again. It's easy to say, well, is there going to be a 16-game season? You're not guaranteed to make it to the national championship game. It'd be nice if you were. I'll still go over.
I'll go over. I think Max Klare is going to be the odd man out here who sees a little bit of, I don't want to say disappointment, but a little bit of a disappointment. Because, look, man, even in the Olympics, there's somebody on the basketball team who's a star who's going to get like 6 points because there's one ball.
That's a good analogy. A guy who's an absolute superstar who maybe comes off the bench and averages 6 points a game because you got so many stars.
Yeah, so
I like that analogy.
We can't have Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and Brandon Inniss and Max Klare. Oh, they're all going to be great. Well, there's one football.
And James Peoples is going to rush for 1,000 yards. And C.J. Donaldson's going to rush for 800. C.J. Donaldson's going
to get 18 touchdowns. Like, come on.
They're going to beat everybody 8-0.
Someone's getting boxed out, and it's Max Klare.
What about Caleb Downs at running back?
Oh, my, yeah. That was part of his transfer recruitment. He's going to play running back.
I never bought the secret play. I never thought it was worth the risk and all that. But I did mention to you maybe I mentioned to you, Dave, the big narrative last year was could they have 2 1,000-yard backs? And they did. Like, I know it was a very special backfield, but that was not something that was an absolute given.
Took to game 16, I believe, though, right?
I think the number to look at is Max Klare led Purdue in receiving by a long. He had like 50-plus catches. So the over on this is what will happen. And Dave, been around a long time. We've been covering this team. The tight end will get one of these, like, cupcake games and score like 2 touchdowns. There'll be some play action near the goal line. And it'll be, kind of a stone burner, kind of like, oh, wow, the tight end's going to be great this year. It might happen against Grambling or it might happen, against OU. He's going to be a big part of being an option on this team. That's the beauty of it. But if you told me he's going to eclipse numbers that he had at Purdue, I would be
shocked.
Absolutely blown away.
He's going from the number 1 option on his offense to what? What do we say?
4?
At best, right? And that's no...
If you include running backs, yeah.
Yeah, this kid is going to play in the NFL for a long time, in my opinion, Max Klare. He will. So there's nothing against him. It's just they're so stacked on offense. Obviously, with JJ, people are saying Carnell is going to be a first-round pick. They like James Peoples. Yeah, I'd probably put Klare right around... And Inniss is going to have a big year. I'd probably put Klare right around 4th, maybe even 5th.
So I would say...
Wow.
Yeah, and that's not...
No, I'm glad that people agree with me. Because the Max Klare hype train has got a little bit out of control. Let's be honest about that.
No, I think it's just you see that he's not just a big blocking tight end who can catch a couple passes. You see him as more than that, but he doesn't.
I thought Jeremy Ruckert was really good, but no one says, oh, it was Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave and Jeremy Ruckert. No one brings him up.
Ruckert didn't. We thought for sure, and even Dave joked about this, we thought for sure Ruckert would be the first one since Hartsock to get over 30 receptions for a Buckeye tight end, but he didn't. And then Cade Stover for 2 straight years went over 30 receptions. G was a little under 30. So I think Max Klare is going to get over 30. You gave me 39 and a half over under?
That'd be more than Ruckert. Yeah.
I would go under. I don't think he's going to reach 40 receptions, which I think most people are thinking he's going to get at least 50. I just think there's too many mouths to feed on this offense.
The number is Stover. That's the number.
Yeah.
It'd be probably, I'd put the over-under on catches for him right now at 35 and a half, 34 and a half, right around there.
That's good. That would give me some pause. I'd probably at 34 and a half would take the over, but probably that's right around where I have them.
Because if you put it at 29 and a half, they'll take the over.
Because, Ohio State tight end, if he averages 3 receptions a game or 2.5 receptions a game, that's actually good for an Ohio State tight. Really good. So, I just
don't. All things considered.
Yes, I don't see him catching 40 balls. The last player to do that at tight end was Ricky Dudley. Before that, I believe it was John Frank.
Well, they got to split up. The quarterback is the difference. They're not catching from Will Howard anymore. So we got to see how that plays out and where this running game goes. But they got to divvy up 81 Emeka catches.
That's true.
Somebody's got to, and it's not even 81. It'd be less, but
yeah, because Inniss will get a good chunk of those. But and I think Klare, as people are pointing out on the chat, I think Klare is going to be very valuable on third down, red zone. I agree with all of that. As far as volume, man, it's easy to say, well, yeah, JJ's going to have 90 receptions, and Tate's going to be a first rounder, and Inniss is going to have a breakout year, and Peoples is going to go off, and Klare's going to go off. It's like, all right.
And Bryson Rodgers.
Let's just make
Mylan Graham. Oh, yeah, Jelani Thurman. They better average like 90 points a game for this to happen.
Let's make the running backs an absolute wash or less.
Okay.
These running backs are not going to catch more than 50 passes combined.
No, not these guys.
The last year's did.
Yeah.
So let's say that's less. So
good point.
You're taking away those, and it's Tate and Jeremiah, who the over-under on them will probably be 100, 110 maybe, between the two of them. It just depends how many games. And also, it depends on how many games they're going to play, all that. So,
right.
I just look at Jeremiah, and it's just one of those things that we're going to get into a situation where, again, we're looking at targets. You cannot go into a game and just not give him a chance every single time, many times.
And we're getting less snaps per game now, as we all know.
All right, that's today's Buckeye Bulletin. Fun little mid-July projection. We'll come back top of the hour, and the big pitch. Supersizing the playoff. One coach has done it. We'll tell you what that means next.